You're standing in the American Museum of Natural History in 1964, admiring a spectacular ruby weighing over 100 carats. Its deep purplish-red surface displaying a perfect six-rayed star that seems to dance in the light. This is the DeLong Star Ruby, one of the most precious gems on Earth. But as you're mesmerized by its beauty, a group of sophisticated thieves is plotting the heist of the century. What happened next shocked the jewelry world and created a mystery that remains unsolved nearly 60 years later. Today, I'm taking you on a journey through the most expensive and breathtaking rubies ever discovered, from missing masterpieces worth millions to patriotic gems carved for special occasions. Get ready to uncover the dark secrets, astronomical price tags, and incredible stories behind these crimson treasures. Number 14, the DeLong Star Ruby. Weighing in at a staggering 100.32 carats, the DeLong Star Ruby is one of the most famous star rubies ever recorded. Cut in a smooth oval cabochon, it displays a sharp six-rayed star, an optical effect called asterism that only appears in the rarest of rubies. Back in the 1930s, it was purchased for $21,400, a massive sum at the time. Its deep purplish red hue and remarkable size made it an instant showpiece, eventually landing it in the American Museum of Natural History, where it drew thousands of curious eyes. But what made headlines wasn't just its beauty. In 1964, it was stolen during a notorious heist involving a group of thieves later dubbed the Billionaire Boys of the gem world. Although the suspects were caught, the ruby vanished, swallowed by the underground gem trade or tucked away in a private collection. Today, rubies of similar quality and size can command anywhere from $5 million to over $10 million, depending on origin and clarity. The DeLong Star Ruby, with its infamy and unmatched size, could easily fetch a price near the top of that range if it ever resurfaces. Its story remains a blend of elegance, mystery, and one of the boldest jewel thefts in American history. Number 13. The Liberty Bell Ruby, crafted for the United States 1976 bicentennial. The Liberty Bell Ruby was unlike anything else in the jewelry world. Carved from a single massive ruby and shaped into the iconic Liberty Bell, it was bordered by white bite diamonds, 50 of them, one for each state. Perched on top was a proud eagle, a nod to American resilience. The piece weighed 4.5 pounds and came from one of the largest uncut rubies ever discovered. Alfonso de Vivanco was the master behind its transformation, commissioned by the Kazanjian brothers. The final appraised value? A cool $2 million. But what was meant to be a national treasure never found its home in a museum. In 2011, while it sat in the Stuart Kingston jewelry store in Delaware, 4 men pulled off a high-stakes heist and disappeared with the ruby and other valuables totaling over $4 million. The thieves were eventually caught, but the Liberty Bell Ruby? Gone. Vanished without a trace. As for other giants in the ruby world, one of the largest known uncut rubies, an astonishing 150-kilogram stone, was quietly held for nearly 2 decades by businessman Mohammed Jetha in Dubai. Acquired from miners in Tanzania, it surfaced in 2012 when he finally decided to sell. Number 12. The Hope Ruby. Weighing in at 32.08 carats, the Hope Ruby is anything but ordinary. Cut into a cushion shape and sourced from the legendary ruby mines of Burma, its vivid red hue and flawless structure give it a commanding presence. The gem once formed a part of the prestigious Hope collection, an assortment of rare and historic jewels associated with incredible wealth, high society, and sometimes even a whisper of bad luck. In 2012, the ruby made headlines when it hit the auction block at Christie's in Geneva. The final sale price reached an astonishing $6.74 million, instantly placing it among the world's most valuable rubies ever sold. That breaks down to over $210,000 per carat. Proof of how rare and prized rubies of this quality truly are. What set the Hope Ruby apart wasn't just its color or size, but its backstory. Pieces from the Hope collection don't surface often, and when they do, the bidding wars reflect the intense desire to own a slice of gemstone royalty. This ruby wasn't an accessory, it was a power move, a headline grabber, and a legacy all rolled into one shimmering stone. Number 11. The Graff Ruby. The Graff Ruby has made headlines not once, but twice for shattering world records at auction, and it did it in the hands of the same buyer. Originally set in a Bulgari mount, this vibrant Burmese ruby first appeared at Christie's in Geneva in 2006. That's when British jeweler Laurence Graff spotted it and placed the winning bid of $3.6 million. So taken by its fiery color and perfect cushion cut, he promptly renamed it the Graff Ruby. After a redesign into a more modern setting, the stone quietly changed hands in a private sale. But its story wasn't finished. In 2014, the ruby made a dramatic return to the auction scene. This time, Lawrence Graff paid $9.4 million to buy back his namesake stone, breaking his own previous record and solidifying the ruby's place in auction history. The Graff Ruby isn't massive in size, but what it lacks in carats, it makes up for in color saturation and clarity. Its deep red hue, often called pigeon blood, is the gold standard of rubies. As of now, it remains securely in the Graff collection, a legendary gem with a double legacy, one of unparalleled beauty, and of a man who bought the same stone twice for two record-breaking prices. Number 10, the Cartier Ruby. Cartier doesn't play small, and this brooch proves it. Sold at Christie's in Hong Kong on November 25, 2014, this 10.10 carat Burmese ruby fetched an impressive $8.3 million. Its fame comes down to two powerful words: pigeon blood. That's the ruby world's way of describing the richest, most intense red color, a shade so rare it instantly raises eyebrows and bank accounts. The ruby itself hails from the historic Mogok Valley in Burma, a place whispered about among gem collectors for its near-mythical quality stones. According to the Swiss Gemological Institute, this ruby was not only entirely natural, untouched by heat treatment, but also perfectly cut, remarkably pure, and filled with microscopic inclusions that are telltale signs of its legendary origin. But it's not just the stone. Cartier wrapped it in a platinum and diamond setting just over 1.3 inches long, turning the gem into a wearable masterpiece. This combination of artistry and geology caught serious attention, earning over $1 million more than a previous record ruby sale. Natural rubies of this size, purity, and color are nearly extinct. The fact that it passed untouched by treatment makes it a once-in-a-generation treasure, anchored forever in the story of Cartier's legacy and Burma's ancient mines. Number 9. The Ratnaraj Ruby ring by Fadi. This ruby doesn't whisper luxury, it screams it in the most elegant way. Sold for a staggering $10.1 million at Christie's in Hong Kong on November 29, 2016, this 10.05 carat Burmese ruby isn't just big, it's breathtaking. Set in a platinum and gold mount drenched in diamonds, it came straight from Fadi, a name that sits at the top of the ruby game. And this piece might be their crown jewel. What sets it apart? For starters, it's untreated. No heat, no enhancements, just raw, untouched brilliance pulled from the legendary Mogok Valley in Burma. That's the same valley known for producing rubies so vivid, so pure, they've been dubbed pigeon's blood red, the highest praise in the world of gemstones. This ruby came backed with paperwork that would make a museum curator drool. Reports from GIA, Jubilee, and SSEF didn't just confirm its origins, they celebrated them. They called out its rich saturation, near-perfect clarity, and rare size, pointing out that such a flawless natural ruby from Burma is almost unheard of. Few inclusions, impeccable color, museum-grade pedigree. It's more than a piece of jewelry. It's a six-figure secret from the earth, carved into fire and frozen in time. Number 8. The Bagot Ruby. Sold for $10.4 million at Sotheby's in Hong Kong on October 3, 2017, this 13.26 carat Burmese ruby is more than eye-catching. It's hypnotic. The design of the ring itself might split opinions, but the center ruby makes silence fall in any room. Framed by over 10 carats of dazzling diamonds, this untreated ruby doesn't just shine, it burns with intensity. The stone came directly from the famed mines of Burma, untouched by heat treatments, a fact that elevates its value into rarefied air. Jubilee Laboratories highlighted its deeply saturated, even color, something only a handful of rubies in the world can match. This one isn't streaky or inconsistent. It's pure, radiant red through and through. SSF didn't hold back either. Their report named this gem Maharaja, meaning king of jewels, and for good reason. Natural rubies of this size and clarity are incredibly rare, and this one ticks every box. It's large, clean, vibrant, and completely natural. That combination doesn't show up at every auction. It might not show up again in a decade. This ruby doesn't just sit in a ring. It commands the room. It carries the weight of millions in its fire and the quiet confidence of a legend born deep beneath Burmese soil. Number 7. The Patino Ruby and Diamond Ring. The Patino Ruby ring stunned the auction floor when it sold for $10.5 million at Sotheby's in Hong Kong in 2017. Set by the historic French jeweler Chaumet, this piece carries more than just sparkle. It carries weight, legacy, and sheer presence. At the heart of the ring is a Burmese ruby, weighing in at approximately 13.26 carats. Burmese rubies of this caliber are rare enough, but when they appear in this kind of setting, heads turn. What makes this ruby exceptional isn't just its size, but its origin and saturation. Burmese rubies are treasured for their intense pigeon blood red glow, a hue that seems to carry its own internal fire. This one checks every box. Untreated, natural, and glowing with a uniform, saturated red that collectors dream about but rarely see. Surrounding the ruby are perfectly matched diamonds that frame the center stone without stealing attention from it. The craftsmanship is unmistakably showman, balanced, regal, and timeless. The name Patino hints at prestige. It once belonged to the Bolivian tin magnate Simon Patino, whose collection was known for housing only the finest. This ruby wasn't just sold, it was passed on like a crown, ready to anchor another empire of elegance. Number 6. The Jubilee Ruby. The Jubilee Ruby stands out as an extraordinary gem, a 15.99 carat oval-cut Burmese ruby that commanded $14.1 million when it sold at Christie's in New York in 2016. This sale marked a milestone, breaking the record for the highest price ever paid for a colored gemstone in the United States in over 25 years. Its impressive size alone would turn heads, but what truly elevates this ruby is its vivid, natural color and exceptional purity. Sourced from the famed Mogok Valley in Burma, a region renowned for producing some of the world's finest rubies, this stone boasts characteristics that only come from nature untouched. Microscopic inspections revealed inclusions typical of authentic Mogok rubies, while its radiant red hue, often described as pigeon blood, results from a perfect balance of trace elements. Remarkably, this jewel has never undergone heat treatment, a process often used to enhance rubies, making its clarity and color entirely natural. A gemstone of this caliber and quality is incredibly rare. The Jubilee Ruby isn't just a stone. It's a treasure that reflects centuries of gemological history and natural artistry, representing the pinnacle of what collectors seek in rare colored gemstones. Number 5. The Jubilee Ruby. The Jubilee Ruby is a remarkable 15.99 carat oval-cut Burmese ruby that stands out for its natural beauty and rarity. When it went under the hammer at Christie's New York in 2016, it became the finest colored gemstone offered in the United States in over 25 years. The sale shattered records, fetching an impressive $14.6 million, placing it among the highest-priced rubies per carat ever sold. This ruby's appeal lies largely in its vivid pigeon blood red color, a hue prized by collectors and gem experts alike. Its rich saturation is the result of a unique blend of trace elements, a signature of the renowned Mogok mines in Burma, where some of the world's finest rubies originate. The Jubilee Ruby is untreated, meaning its clarity and color are entirely natural, untouched by heat treatment or enhancements common in many gemstones. Microscopic inspections confirm the stone's authenticity and quality, highlighting tiny inclusions typical of Burmese rubies. Such a large and naturally flawless specimen is exceptionally rare, making the Jubilee Ruby not only a stunning jewel, but a treasured piece of gemological history, coveted by collectors worldwide. Number 4. The Crimson Flame Ruby. The Crimson Flame Ruby, sold at Christie's Hong Kong in December 2015 for a staggering $18.3 million, set a new world record for the highest price per carat ever paid for a ruby. This 15.04 carat cushion-cut gemstone is widely regarded as one of the finest rubies ever sold, combining size, color, and clarity in near-perfect harmony. Its untreated status adds to its value, preserving the natural purity and intensity of its famous pigeon blood red hue. This ruby's vivid color is a direct result of a unique blend of trace elements found in the Mogok Valley of Burma, a region famed for producing the world's most prized rubies. Microscopic inspection reveals tiny inclusions, typical markers of authentic Burmese stones, confirming its natural origin. The cutting style further enhances its brilliance, showcasing a masterful balance between size and visual appeal. The Crimson Flame remains unmatched in its record-setting price per carat as of 2018, making it an exceptional treasure not only for its extraordinary qualities, but also for its historic significance in the gemstone market. Its combination of rarity, beauty, and provenance makes it a true crown jewel among rubies. Number 3. The Carmen Lucia Ruby. Since 2004, the Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History has proudly displayed the Carmen Lucia Ruby, a spectacular 23.10 carat Burmese ruby known for its intense pigeon's blood red color. Sourced from Burma's famed Mogok region in the 1930s, this gem stands among the largest and finest faceted Burmese rubies ever seen, a true rarity given how seldom stones of this size and quality appear on the market. The ruby carries a heartfelt story, named after Carmen Lucia Buck, the late wife of philanthropist Peter Buck. The gem was purchased as a tribute to her. Carmen had hoped to buy the ruby herself following her cancer treatment, but sadly, never got the chance to wear it. Peter Buck, known for co-founding the Subway empire with an initial $1,000 loan, gifted the ruby to the American people so it could be admired rather than hidden away. Although the exact purchase price remains undisclosed, comparable stones like the 25.59 carat Sunrise Ruby fetched $30.3 million at auction, hinting at the Carmen Lucia Ruby's extraordinary value. Visitors today find this dazzling oval gem showcased near the Hope Diamond, a stunning reminder of both nature's beauty and a husband's enduring love. Number 2. The Sunrise Ruby. The Sunrise Ruby held the crown as the world's most expensive ruby for over 8 years and briefly claimed the highest price per carat before the Crimson Flame took that title. Weighing an impressive 25.59 carats, this untreated Burmese ruby boasts the highly coveted pigeon blood red color that collectors crave. Its size alone surpasses many competitors by more than 10 carats, making it an extraordinary find in the world of gemstones. When the Sunrise Ruby sold at Sotheby's Geneva auction in 2015, it shattered the previous record set by the Graff Ruby just a year earlier, commanding a staggering $30.42 million. Mounted by Cartier, its exceptional color and remarkable purity drew high praise from the Swiss Gemological Institute, which called it a unique treasure of nature. The ruby's untreated status and flawless quality only add to its allure, cementing its place as one of the most sought-after gems ever sold. Although eventually surpassed by the Estrella de Fura, the Sunrise Ruby remains a benchmark for rarity, beauty, and record-breaking value in the gemstone market. Number 1. Estrella de Fura. The Estrella de Fura set a new standard in the ruby world with its remarkable size and origin. Weighing nearly 30 carats more than the famed Sunrise Ruby, this massive gem tipped the scales at nearly 56 carats, an extraordinary size for a ruby of such quality. This sale marked the first time a ruby of this magnitude and excellence was offered at auction, making it a landmark event. What truly sets the Estrella de Fura apart is its origin. Mined in Mozambique, it is the first ruby outside of Burma to break into the top tier of record-breaking stones. This shifted attention to Mozambique's ruby deposits, putting the region on the global map for high-quality rubies. The ruby was backed by 5 detailed reports from respected gemological laboratories, highlighting its exceptional nature. Interestingly, only 2 labs, GRS and Jubilee, described its color as the coveted pigeon blood red, adding a layer of intrigue about its precise classification. Estimated at $34.8 million, the Estrella de Fura isn't just a gemstone, it's a game-changer, redefining the boundaries of size, origin, and value in the high-stakes world of fine rubies. Thanks for watching this journey through the world's most stunning and valuable rubies. If you enjoyed uncovering the stories behind these rare gems and their record-breaking prices, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating insights into the world of precious stones and luxury collectibles. Don't miss out on future videos that reveal the secrets behind the world's most extraordinary treasures.